Gotta be fucking kidding.
Here's the first movie.
Did you know I'm utterly insane?
Peel that pig and slice him thick.
The body count is always bigger.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
The fucking trees walked in those movies.
Hi, doggy.
What a story, Mark.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled.
It's just like your opinion, man.
Life moves pretty fast.
If you want your sequel to become a franchise.
37 dicks. In a row?
I'm your number one fan.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Marathon Me. This is Reese, and I'm here with my co-host.
Howdy partners, it's Arthur Morgan here. No. Frank, you guys, it's just me, your boy, your goof.
So fucking lame.
Your little
way to...
goofster Kane Murcott here. Yeah, well.
Oh, what a bad way to introduce that.
Well, look, it's gonna get worse from here. All right, my intros.
Gotta get creative.
Yeah, I gotta get creative with my awful intros. I'm sure I did I think I did a bad one for like Scream 3 or whatever. But anyways.
So what is your name, Kane?
I don't fucking know. What do you care? My name's Kane Murcott, guys. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Well, I'm here with Kane Murcott, and the reason why he's introducing himself as Arthur Morgan is because he just, about in the last week, finally finished Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, after owning it for like 2.5 years. Like, I bought it, I think, a month after it came out.
Yeah, this man got it around release, and he had not finished it for a long time.
Well, one, I suck at finishing games. Two, the game's long as fuck. And then three, I didn't like it when I first started playing it.
Someone not liking Red Dead Redemption 2.
Who would have thunk it, man?
What the fuck?
Granted, it is... I never had a connection. I don't really have much of a connection to it since I never really... I never finished... I played a tiny bit of Red Dead 1, like in 2016, but never finished it. Never really like, got into it. I knew everything that... I knew that, like, you know, spoiler alert, John Marston dies in the game. No, I know, like, the spoilers don't
For the
really
first one.
Spoilers, yeah, in the first one, yeah.
Yeah. But... Oh, okay, yeah, it's old enough. Don't spoil Red Dead 2, though. I think it's still too new.
Oh, so I can't... Oh, okay. Yeah, alright.
Okay, then Red Dead Redemption 2 spoilers starting now.
Yes, okay. Well, yeah, but yeah, basically, like, yeah, I just finished Red Dead 2, like, last week, and I see what the hype is now. I see why people, like, garner this as one of the greatest games of recent times, because... Oh my fucking god. I was just talking to Reese before about so I had Arthur Morgan's death spoiled to me, and yet I still only fucking cried during like that whole sequence.
What I love so much about that is they build Arthur Morgan up to be such a good person.
I know.
You really like I'm a completionist, so I did all the side missions and shit as well. And you really see him just being a good person. Probably more on cutscenes, and also how you control him, because if you play it in a certain way, you can literally kill like random people and shit. So not a very good person.
No.
But near the end, you can see that he knows that he's on his way out because he gets tuberculosis,
and he wants to do good.
He wants to leave some goodness in the world.
Yeah,
and that's when it's so fucking heartbreaking then when he dies, but it's so nice in the same way that he was able to leave something good.
It's so funny because, like, you know, GTA 5, the previous Rockstar game that came out, I would, you know, have no qualms about going out on massacres and all that shit, you know, just doing fucked up shit and all that in the game, and just having a lull. And then, you know, I did it for, like, the first half of Red Dead 2, but then, like, once Arthur gets tuberculosis, for once in an open world game, I was not wanting to fuck shit up and just, like, you know, do whatever I wanted and all that. I actually felt bad about doing bad shit, and yet I still got the bad karma ending. That
would suck so much.
It did.
Especially with how long it is. You can't even just be like, I'll just do a really quick playthrough and get the good ending.
Yeah, hell nah. Fuck that. Oh... Yeah, mate, you want to know what I fucking named my horse, bro?
Well, what did you name your horse?
I had 2 horses in the game. So my first horse's name was Rosé.
Cute. Was she pink?
No. I just named her after it as like a little inside joke between me and my girlfriend. And what's it called? Fuck. Yeah, so basically we're at the train, the horse dies completely out of nowhere. I think, like, we went over, like, a little tiny cliff that wouldn't have killed the horse, but because I wasn't taking care of her, it just fucking died. And then, I was just
Take care of your horses.
And I was just like, what the fuck? And then it just disappeared, like, the body wasn't even there to be found, it was just a saddle there.
Oh my god, wolves.
Yeah, so no,
Wolves ate Rosé's body.
She was a ghost, bro. And then my second horse, this one I got really attached to. I got this big, beautiful, tall stallion named Fabrizio.
That is a very sexy name for a horse.
And oh my god, like it was such a little piss head of a horse. Like fucking hell, like its speed was really shit, but like near the end, like it could go for fucking ever. And then that fucking cunt died in the game.
I can't believe that happens. That when John Marston, when fucking Arthur Morgan dies, your horse dies with it.
You kill the fucking
and you
horse.
can't get that horse back.
Yeah, and just like Arthur, just like the little short somber thank you that he gives, like that shit fucking nearly broke me, man. Like I knew it was coming, I knew it was gonna happen, but it still broke me, man.
You know one shit thing about that ending though,
What?
that is 100% my fault, but I didn't know, is that before your horse dies, there's a really nice moment between Arthur and his horse where he goes, "Thank you so much for your service," sort of thing. But just before your horse dies, he thanks his fucking horse. Like, oh, again, what a legend that man is. And I had the same horse throughout the entire game. My horse's name was Anne Frank, and she was lovely.
Really?
And,
What are you, fucking 12?
What do you mean?
Anne Frank? You making Anne Frank jokes?
Not a joke. I like the name.
Okay.
And my brother is like a big Anne Frank enthusiast.
Okay.
So, yeah. So I named it Anne Frank.
Anne Frank.
She was lovely.
Justin Bieber said Anne Frank would have been a believer, bro.
Yeah, I know.
So,
that is
take that with a
the
grain of salt.
most freaking
self-righteous.
Yeah, self-righteous thing that one could ever say.
Wanky thing to say, honestly.
Yeah. Oh my god, Martin Luther King would have loved this podcast. He would have loved it. Oh, freaking Joan of Arc. She would have been a freaking. Oh, do we have to? We should come up with names for our podcast listeners.
The Bro Army.
Marathoners.
The Marathoners.
The Marathoners. She would have been a marathoner.
The Marathon Men. No, we're gonna be more inclusive.
Yeah. Marathoners, I think, works to people like that. Or actually, when this comes out and it's actually out there for people to listen to, people please put on our social medias creative names that you would like to be called. Yes. So Marathon Men does sound cool, but it's not inclusive.
We gotta be inclusive, guys. It's 2021. Please, we gotta include everyone.
The Marathoners or Mini Me's. Mini Me's.
Oh, Jesus.
And it's movie themed as well.
Just the Me's.
Yeah, little Me's.
The M&M's.
M&M's?
Marathon Me.
M&M's.
The M&M's, yeah.
M&M's is cool.
Although people are gonna think we're like a fucking Slim Shady podcast.
Yeah.
So anyway, today we're talking about Venom, the hit song by Eminem. I love it personally. The lyrics really speak to me.
So what we do is we just listen to it over and over again, the song, until one of us falls asleep, or just falls out of consciousness.
Oh, well, Eminem songs are like Monster Energy drink to me, bro. They can keep me awake for days.
Yeah, so a lot of these episodes are very, very hard to complete. Anyway, we should probably divert... Oh, no, sorry. I was just fucking... Kane, you interrupted me. So, you say goodbye to your horse. Say goodbye to your horse. It's this really emotionally rich moment.
Yeah.
And after having my horse for the entire game, it would have been so fitting for Arthur to look Anne Frank in the eyes and be like, "Thank you for your time."
Yeah.
But instead, about maybe an hour of gameplay before that, I thought, hey, I'll get another horse and I'll ride around with this horse. Rode around with that horse for the final mission. And is like, thank you so much for your partnership.
Oh, that's so shit.
For a horse that I just fucking got. You know what horse it was too? There's some side mission where you help a one-legged man.
Oh, fucking I don't. What the fuck was the cunt's name?
Oh, something like Amadeus or something like that.
Amadeus. It was not Amadeus, but it was some fucked name.
Something like that. Yeah. And he said, "Thank you to Amadeus." After fucking an hour of riding here.
Thank you, Amadeus Mozart, for your beautiful music. It's a shame you died penniless and fucking no one liking you, bro.
What poor Amadeus as well is with this one-legged man for what I would assume years. Yeah, and everything's going fine. Gets given to this stranger and then fucking dies.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a grand shame, man.
Well, now after talking about Red Dead Redemption 2, all spoilers done.
Yes.
Spoilers finished.
Yes.
Now, we should go on to the movie that we're talking about for this episode.
Yeah, we never even dropped the title.
Which is the third installment of Wes Anderson's directorial catalogue, which is The Royal Tenenbaums.
Chaz Tenenbaum was a financial expert and started buying real estate in his early teens. Margot Tenenbaum was an acclaimed playwright and won a Pulitzer Prize in the 9th grade. Richie Tenenbaum was a champion tennis player ranked second in the world by age 17. They were brilliant. They were famous. They were unlucky enough to be the children of a man named Royal Tenenbaum.
Which is 100% the first Wes Anderson movie.
Oh, yeah. You can tell Wes Anderson had a lot more kind of... He had a lot more stylistic freedom to kind of do what he wanted and implement a lot more of his Wes Anderson isms, you know what I mean?
He had $20 million for this one.
Okay,
which
yeah.
is like, he definitely had a lot more freedom
and
there.
Especially because, like, I feel like Rushmore, I'm assuming Rushmore was at least a moderate hit at the bottom. It definitely would have done better than Bottle Rocket at least.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Even just with, like, some more star power as well.
Oh, and plus also, like, you know, and also, like, you can tell... This is just about, like, you know, the Royal Tenenbaums and how it's, like, more Wes Anderson-y. It's also, you can tell, like, one, he had a lot more freedom to do what he wanted, and also, like, there's a lot more confidence behind the camera.
I just looked it up, and Bottle Rocket is actually, like, a pretty commercial success, made between 17 and 19 million.
Bottle Rocket?
Sorry, Rushmore.
Yeah, I was gonna say, bro.
God, we're gonna keep on saying that. Every other one we're gonna, like, Royal Tenenbaums, very obviously Royal Tenenbaums. Life Aquatic is very obviously Life Aquatic.
Yeah.
But I think these two we're gonna get mixed up all the time title-wise.
Yeah, Rushmore and Bottle Rocket definitely have, like, the very indie kind of feel. They kind of have a similar vibe, kind of, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I see it as, like, they're in pairs. Most of his movies are in pairs for me.
Yeah?
Category-wise. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that... Rushmore made almost double its budget.
Okay, yes. Okay, so it definitely was a hit, yeah.
So yeah, that was a hit, which is cool.
Yeah, thank God.
So then makes sense why they would have given them a lot more money than for Royal Tenenbaums, and it is noticeable without a doubt.
Oh, fucking
even just in the sheer amount of, like, stars in this.
Yeah,
like,
there's a lot
of... It's an all-star cast.
There's a lot of, like, big names at the time, because this was, like, 2001 the movie came out. You got, like, fucking... Like, first and foremost, you got fucking, why the hell did I forget his name?
Ben Stiller?
No, not Ben Stiller. Gene Hackman.
Oh, okay.
Like, you got, like, Gene Hackman is he's a very, like, well-respected actor from, like, back, like, you know, 70s and 80s and all. You get Lex Luthor, the original Lex Luthor, as, like... I mean, I wouldn't say he's the protagonist, but a lot of the story does revolve around him a fair deal.
I really like movies that don't have a 100%, like a set protagonist.
Yeah, no, I feel ya.
Where this one is very much like it's an
ensemble piece.
An ensemble, totally. Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. And then you experience all these characters that are very fleshed out and have deep personalities instead of just one, and then everyone else is sort of a prop to them and to their development. Even though the Rushmore having obviously protagonist in Max Fisher, that one wasn't guilty of that, and most of the characters
felt fleshed out.
Yeah, all of them were fleshed out. Where this one, as a product of it being an ensemble movie, they had to be successful.
Yeah.
And that's one of the really good charms about it is that even like I think that with this, it's also a type of movie that I think that most people watching it will have a different favorite character that they're like, yes, something about this character I just fucking love.
Yeah, they speak to me. I just something about their moxie that I really appreciate.
So the main three kids, it's Margot, who is the adopted daughter, who always just seems so sad and down on herself, but has experienced life and is sort of like probably the rebel child. I would see her as.
And also kind of like the whole, like, middle child syndrome, how, like, there's always, like, that meme of, like, the middle child's always the most, like, neglected or the most forgotten child.
I love how there's a line saying that anytime that Royal Tenenbaum is out introducing Margot, he introduces her as his adopted daughter.
Love that.
Has to always say that. This is my adopted daughter, Margot, who I adopted from blah, 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 blah. Yeah, like that she's a status symbol for him.
Yeah, I adopted her, so, you know, I'm pretty cool, mate.
And following in the footsteps of Max Fisher is also a playwright.
Yes.
Yeah, who is a very successful young playwright as well. So something tells me that probably should have done a little research, but something's telling me that Wes Anderson must have been interested in writing plays or was a playwright.
Oh yeah, perhaps
when he was younger, and then moving on from there, there's Richie. Richie is played by Luke Wilson, who
the king is
the
back.
yeah. He personally, actually no, I won't say. But anyway, he is a professional tennis player who sort of seemed like the dorky one when he was a kid, and then he grew into quite a successful adult because of his
tennis skills and
because
all
of his tennis career.
Yeah,
but ultimately wasn't that fulfilled by any of it, and hasn't found.
And then kind of feels like lost in kind of feels lost in a sense.
Yeah, exactly. Lost in the love that he has for his adopted sister.
Yes,
which I like. Even though it's sort of, I think, tried to be made like, oh, is this wrong? Is this not? Yeah. I did not really for a second feel that it was. I think it all felt pretty natural and not gross and weird.
Yeah.
The only thing that makes it feel a little bit weird is when you think that they grew up together in the same house. But also, sorry to interrupt. But also, it sort of adds then to how Royal Tenenbaum always introduced her as his adopted daughter.
Yeah.
This is my daughter.
So she's not part of the family. She's not by blood.
She's not by blood or even by...
Obviously not by blood, but you know what I mean.
But even like figuratively, like she wouldn't have felt like a true part of the family, but she would have constantly been reminded.
Yeah, just someone just living there.
And everyone else would have been reminded of it as well because of that. So
especially Richie, fucking hell.
Yeah. And then there's Chaz, who's played by Ben Stiller, who he's the straight man. He's the Jason Bateman of the Arrested Development family. This is sort of like a weird, bizarre Arrested Development.
Yeah.
It's Arrested Development on psychedelics. And so this is the straight man who was managing the business when he was 14 and sued his father as well at quite an early age. And is the business oriented one, the one that's destined for success because of his hard work ethic.
Yeah, but also is a bit of a paranoid recluse since he is still grieving over the death of his wife who had died. Was it like a year? No.
Yeah, it was less than a year. I think it was 6 months.
Yeah, it was
like
6 months previous to the movie's current events. And so he's become obsessed with protecting his kids, making sure they're safe, like to the point of training them and coddling them, but also training them to be ready and all that shit. Not letting them have a proper childhood, which in a sense reflects fucking Gene Hackman's character, Royal Tenenbaum, on how he raised his kids, because they never really got to act like kids. So now Chaz is kind of projecting that onto his kids.
Yeah, definitely. And he's also the one that resents his father the most out of all of them.
Yeah, and then sorry.
There's this irony built into it that is experienced all the time in life where it's you can have this resentment for your parents or certain traits of them. Yeah. But then you end up becoming them and adopting those traits as your own. And that's sort of like a tragic irony that occurs in a lot of people's lives that we see through Chaz's character. And also, Chaz made Dalmatian mice. How cool is that?
That's pretty epic, I will say.
That's a very, very important part of his character. Very, very cool.
I could do that. I just don't feel like it.
So, Kane, who is your favorite out of those three?
Out of those three,
the three big hitters of the movie.
Out of those three, I'd say Richie's probably my favorite. Honestly,
Richie's my favorite too,
mate. And it's not just because I'm biased because I love Luke Wilson, but also just because I don't know, his character I felt like was kind of one of the more captive. I found his story kind of the most captivating out of the three brothers.
Three brothers.
The three siblings, sorry. Sorry, the two brothers and the adopted one.
Yeah, I
gotta start talking like Royal Tenenbaum.
Yeah.
But no, fucking, what's it called? No, but I found the story of him and Margot to be... I found it captivating. Like, you believe that these are two very just lost, sad people that, have felt like just this hole inside of them for the longest time, and really the only time they ever feel like really any semblance of feeling or happiness is when they're with each other. As fucked up as it, as fucked up as it is, they really like belong together because that's really the only time they ever really feel complete.
For such a visually bright and poppy movie, it's so sad. There's so much sadness in this film.
Yeah, it's not a very it's
not an uplifting
It's fun.
thing.
It's got funny moments, but all in all, it's actually like you said, very sad. It's a very depressing movie when you really think about. I love the story beats. Really one of the main kind of plot points is Gene Hackman's character, who has been kind of a piece of shit for most of his childhood, for most of his children's lives,
and the psychological toll that it has taken on his children of him just being a piece of shit
and
parent.
now him kind of wanting to kind of reconnect with them, you know?
I sort of see this movie pacing and experience wise as a sort of chasm. The beginning is so this is my opinion on the entire pacing.
Yeah.
The beginning with just how stimulating and good and fun it was. I felt exhausted because also it goes for really long, the introduction.
Yeah.
Where Eric did you know that it was Alec Baldwin
that was Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, it was Alec Baldwin.
I should have known it was my boy, the Boss Baby, doing that shit.
Yeah, of course. Or maybe it wasn't Alec Baldwin. Maybe it was the Boss Baby. As in, maybe it was his character.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah, he's in charge. He's the real patriarch.
16 years before the Boss Baby was even created. Oh my god.
Exactly. He ages backwards. He's like he's like Benjamin Button.
Oh my god.
But through all of that, it is so captivating, that scene. But it goes on for at least 10-15 minutes maybe.
It's so fucking long, but it wasn't it didn't feel like an exposition dump, like a bad exposition dump.
I loved it, but because of how engaging it was, I felt exhausted. I'm not even kidding. I was like, I'm loving this, but I could not deal with the movie staying on this track the entire time. So I was just like, wow, okay. And then it slows down, and it slows down quite sort of fast. I think that it then is quite an overall slow movie.
Yeah.
Excluding the peaks of this chasm where it begins. So it then goes into the chasm, the very low chasm parts where it's very slow, and then you see the fold out of these characters and them interacting and everything. And then at the end, again, it's very stimulating. There's a lot going on, and then it's getting to it's getting back to ground level at the top of the chasm. And with that, what I realized too with the slow pacing of the story is that if all the style was stripped from it, it would just sort of feel like a standard movie.
It feel like a standard family drama.
Yeah, exactly.
Put different actors into these performances, into these characters. Put a different director put a different director and style into the film, and you would not get as impactful of a film as Wes Anderson created.
It would just be something totally different and not... I don't think it would give any lasting effects.
No, definitely
the style acts as its own character.
Yeah.
This, important... That is the protagonist in this film. The style of the visual style is the protagonist. No, neither of the three main ones. So that's my take anyway. And but at least with this low chasm, at least it was broken up a bit by really, really good set pieces. When I think about some that stand out to me, these days musical set piece when it's what's his name where it's Richie and Margot when they see each other for the first time again at the bus station.
Yes,
That's just a heart-stopping.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Stopping scene.
Because it's been fucking forever since they've seen each other. Fucking Richie's just I think last time Richie had seen her was during a bit
it would have been with
during that failed tennis match where after the day after she had married Bill Murray's character.
Yeah, exactly.
And dude, can I just ask, how much does Bill Murray's character kind of remind you of Steve Jobs a little bit? Looks wise?
I did not think of that at all during this movie.
Steve Jobs doesn't have a beard. Wait, does Steve Jobs?
Yeah, Steve Jobs is that. Yeah, you're thinking of Steve Jobs.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Steve Jobs had a white beard at a point.
He remind me a little bit of Steve Jobs. There might be someone else, some old, balding, bearded white man.
So he did remind me of a bearded white man. You are correct.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I thought, man, he's really playing a bearded white man in this film.
Oh my god! I must be Bill Murray. I'm a bearded white man.
Bill Murray's character really doesn't shine in this film, but it didn't need to because if too many characters, it's really the Tenenbaums that shine.
Yeah, it wasn't Bill Murray's movie. No.
Same with the neighbor, played by Owen Wilson, that wanted to be a Tenenbaum.
Yeah.
he didn't really do anything for me that much. He just looks very waxy, like a wax figure in this movie for some reason, and he didn't seem like the main focus to me, like whatsoever.
No, the main focus is, like you said, the Tenenbaums.
And yeah, and pretty much everyone that falls out of that are just like cool decorations.
Yeah,
I think when you think about freaking Angelica Houston. Her partner,
Danny Glover's character.
Danny Glover's character. He's just a cool decoration.
Yeah.
To complement the Tenenbaums, because that's what it's really about.
The film was definitely not what I was expecting, just in terms of. I don't know, because I similar to the first two Wes Anderson films, didn't know what I was getting into, but I was kind of expecting like a quirky family comedy, kind of like maybe kind of like in the vein of Arrested Development, like this family hates each other, and I also thought that Gene Hackman's character was supposed to be this real piece of shit, like throughout the whole movie, like he was supposed to treat his adult kids horribly, but no, that's not the case at all. He's like honest, especially in the second half, he's honest to God trying to like reconnect with these kids and trying to make, like in a sense, kind of make amends. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a very real story. Like this is one of the notes that I had written down, is that Royal knows that he fucked up and he's trying to fix it, but the damage has already been done. Yeah. So you sympathize with both parties, because anyone trying to better themselves, you root for them because you want them to get better. You don't want anyone to stay at a terrible state, especially when they know that they're not that fantastic. So you're rooting for him, but you can 100% empathize with
why they would want to have nothing to do with him.
Yeah, exactly. That they just they're finished. They're like, you've done all this damage. It's irreparable.
Yeah, no.
And then that's also why he really, really wants to meet his grandkids and bond with them, because he's like, maybe I can do this right, though.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't met them before. It's a clean slate.
Exactly. He gets to kind of start anew.
So that's what's really heartwarming about all of his interactions with his grandkids, with Chaz's two boys, is that he is starting anew and trying to do it right this time.
Yeah. And
even though that he's stealing stuff with them, and not really the best role model, but...
not the best role model, but, he is trying to start anew with them, really trying his best to create a good relationship with his grandkids, and also in a sense, kind of unknowing to him, letting his grandkids actually be kids. You know what I mean? Like
true.
Taking risks and doing things that kids do. Taking risks, doing bad shit, being cunts.
You are completely right. I did not even think about that. That's what that whole montage is about.
Yeah.
It's about letting his grandkids be children, where he forced all of his kids to be adults the whole time. Which is also really interesting, that recurring theme too between Rushmore and Royal Tenenbaums, about these kids that are either thrust to by themselves or others to not be children.
Yeah, to grow, to just grow up at an early age. Yeah,
and Wes Anderson really wants to like show that juxtaposition and the contrast between kids thinking that they're adults and them still being kids. Yeah. Shown with like Max Fisher having a tantrum at the restaurant, being like, "Why aren't you my girlfriend?" And then having like Margot, who looks like a severely depressed 30-year-old when she is 10 years old.
Oh my god, yeah.
And that's like so much of the humor and awesome style of having these kids, like showing all the main three Tenenbaums as children, because they're dressed up like they are adults as freaking 10-year-olds. So that's what adds a lot of the style and shows that this isn't right. Like, he should not be there. This kid should not be drinking coffee and having dinner standing up all the time when he's doing business in a suit.
It's just none of that shit should be being taken care of by this fucking 10-year-old kid. No.
But it's so endearing because of the colors.
Oh, the pretty colors. Oh, look, it's got Ben Stiller. Funny. It doesn't matter that he's been kind of fucked over in childhood and all that.
Yeah.
It's just got Ben Stiller. He's a funny man. Funny, laugh.
But the colors are so fucking good.
It's pretty.
Is it not?
It is such a fucking pretty movie to look at.
It's so nice. Like, it's so good. The oranges are just beautiful, and what was so cool too is the range of how color is supposed to portray mood. Like when standout scene for me is the needle in the hay suicide, the attempted suicide scene of Richie.
Oh my fucking god!
I think was that the scene that you were talking about that I rave about, that I told you is one of the best scenes in film.
Yeah.
I fucking love this scene.
It's so well done.
It's so impactful and makes you feel for him so much, and God, just him looking into the camera and being like, "Tomorrow I'm going to kill myself," is.
It's haunting.
Yeah, it's fucking spine chilling.
And also, like, he doesn't really say much in that scene, and but like you can tell that he's just in pain, like in mental anguish, and he's gone. Like he is gone. Like he has nothing left to live for. He is upset. He is depressed. Like, and especially it's especially contrasted to us. Not contrasted to us. It's what's it called? What's the word? It is displayed to us through the lighting of the lighting and coloring.
Oh, how it's blue! Like this whole room is blue.
The depressing blue,
this gloomy room.
Yes, the depressing blue lighting. It really complements that scene.
It's also the first time that we see his eyes. Like the whole movie, he's wearing these sunglasses.
Yes, true.
Like he's behind this shield that he doesn't want. He's hiding all this angst and sadness that he doesn't want to show out to the world. And then when he takes it off,
he lets it all out.
Yeah, he lets it all out through his veins, and
it
is powerful as fuck. And also the camera angles here, like the cuts between the bathroom and then when they're running down the hospital hallway.
Yeah,
that reminded me of Fantastic Mr. Fox. It felt like it was in claymation or something.
Yeah.
Just the way that freaking motion, like even though that the camera is stable on the bed, like there's no shaking on the bed of the camera at all. You can only see the background moving, because also all the Tenenbaums that are surrounding the bed are all in like the exact same position.
Yeah.
Where you just see like the hospital hallway going behind them. It feels like it's made out of claymation. It just took me totally to another world.
It's him planning the season. Maybe Wes Anderson is doing a Marvel Cinematic Universe. He was planning the season, be like, hey, I'm going to do a claymation film in a couple years. Ooh.
This is going to get a little bit deep.
Go on.
And I love this scene so much, but I hate that it just like, it feels to me like it's romanticizing suicide so much.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that as like it shouldn't have been done. It shouldn't be romanticizing this, because I think like pretty much all art has a reason to be there, no matter what's going on. Is that I hate how much it romanticizes that sort of stuff in my head. And I'm like, why is that suicide scene so beautiful? It's like, Wes Anderson, you are so fucked that you can do this. You can make me fucking fall in love with this, which is like, yeah, it's a fucking attempted suicide scene.
Yeah.
Of Luke Wilson, the most humble, wholesome human being.
The best Wilson sibling.
The best Wilson, arguably. Yeah, arguably.
Definitely.
I would, he's probably my favorite.
No, actually, he's not the best Wilson out of everyone. Remember Rebel Wilson?
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
Come on, everyone.
I'm just waiting for Rebel Wilson to show up in these Wes Anderson movies.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That is what we need.
Oh, please, God, yes.
And also another big part of Richie's character is that he has a little hawk named Mordecai.
Oh yeah, fucking.
And we were discussing this, that pretty much every Mordecai that I know of in pop culture is tied to some sort of bird.
Oh my god, yeah, fucking, you got the classic Mordecai regular show, you got the Mordecai bird in this movie.
The one that I was thinking of is Mordecai from Borderlands, the first Borderlands game.
I never played Borderlands, so I wouldn't know.
He's one of the playable characters that his whole gist is that his special ability is he throws like a hawk out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like an eagle. I think he throws out an eagle.
See,
but he's called Mordecai.
Yeah, so like it kind of got us wondering, like, why are there birds being called Mordecai?
And I searched it up. And
oh shit, yeah.
To get to the bottom of this, and you know where it originates from?
What?
The Hebrew Bible. It has nothing to do with birds.
Fuck.
It has nothing to do with birds
God
at
damn
all.
it. My original theory was that it had to do with like maybe it had like had something to do with like birds or whatever, like, but no, it's not.
No, when you search up just Mordecai in general, then the most like identifiable Mordecai
is the Johnny Depp movie, right?
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Okay, good.
Right,
good,
I think that the Jewish faith may have gotten it from that movie.
Uh-huh.
They must just love Johnny Depp. I think they really, really like him.
Yeah, well, you know, are they backing up the Justice for Johnny Depp movement? I haven't seen any of their signatures.
Oh, I
haven't seen any rabbis sign those signatures. I'm just saying.
When you search what does Mordecai mean, then it says the name Mordecai is a boy's name of Hebrew origin meaning follower of Marduk. Mordecai is a symbolic name for boys born on the holiday of Purim, because this cousin of Queen Esther helped her save the Jews from destruction at the hands of Haman.
Yes.
So, yeah, nothing to do with birds.
Well, you guys learned about the history of the name Mordecai and a little bit about Jewish history as well.
But then, actually, the second most popular Mordecai, though, after that, is Mordecai from the regular show.
Oh, well, as it should be.
Mordecai is one of the main protagonists of the 2010 Cartoon Network animated series Regular Show. He's a 23-year-old blue jay who works as a groundskeeper at the park, but often likes to slack off with Rigby. So, I wonder which one is more impactful in history.
I'm gonna do it, dude. You pissed me off. Did you ever see that clip of Regular Show?
I don't think so.
No?
I'm not a huge Regular Show person.
Fucking love Regular Show, dude.
Because I never had, like, Foxtel or anything like that.
Oh, I didn't either, but, like, it would occasionally be on, like, you know, the free channels and all that.
On Channel Go.
Channel Go. I had the first 3 seasons on DVD, and just, I don't know, man. I just fucking love that show, man. I'm more of I was a Adventure Time over Regular Show, but now I'm a Regular Show over Adventure Time kind of guy.
I have never liked Adventure Time.
Really?
Never. I've always, whenever the debate has gone between Regular Show or Adventure Time, always a Regular Show person.
Yeah.
Even though that I've not seen much of it.
I used to be obsessed with Adventure Time, dude.
Pretty much all my Regular Show experience came from Kyle's house, because Kyle was that cool friend
Kyle
he had
fucking
Foxtel.
Loves Regular Show.
He does love it.
Fucking hell.
He was privileged enough to have Foxtel, so he has all the cool channels. I would watch iCarly over there sometimes.
Oh my god!
And I'm like, oh my god! There's the only iCarly episodes that were available to me were on the DVD. Were the 5 episodes that were on a DVD at the library.
Oh really?
That was probably the DVD was probably like iCarly Surfs Up or some shit.
The only iCarly episodes I had access to were on DVD extras. On Nickelodeon DVDs, like I had SpongeBob DVDs that would have like an episode of iCarly in the special features. Which I thought was so fucking sick.
That is pretty cool.
I was gonna say something before.
So before we were talking about iCarly, Mordecai.
Mordecai, yes, yeah. I was just gonna say with Adventure Time, like I dipped off right at I have not seen any of the seasons past season 5, I think, and. I remember when I heard that they were finishing it, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna bother watching any of the episodes. I'm just gonna watch a quick recap and then watch the finale. I was so fucking lost. There was a lot. Like it became kind of a little more serialized. Like there was a more a more solid storyline throughout the series. You know what I mean? Over time.
The one show that comes to mind when I think of a show that I did that similar thing where I skipped heaps of episodes and pretty much just looked at summaries for each episode and then watched the last one.
Did that with 13 Reasons Why as well. I think I already mentioned that.
I
just wanted to say it again just because I think it's funny, but yes, go on.
With that, I probably chose it on the most stupid fucking series to choose it with. It was with the original Twin Peaks.
Why?
With season 1 and 2 of Twin Peaks. Because I loved the first season. And then the second season...
I remember you telling me this, actually.
The second season had 22 episodes instead of 10. And there was a lot of filler.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is the point of a lot of this?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like... So I got maybe 8 episodes through.
Yeah.
And then I just read the episode descriptions for all of them. Then got to the last episode, and I'm like, what the fuck? I also just... clicked on random episodes and watched just a scene to see if there's anything that totally was out of the norm.
Mm-hmm.
And I went from episode 8 to probably 17 or something.
Jesus
and
Christ.
In episode 17, there was a character that I'd never seen before, and she just randomly had a bit of a breakdown in a hotel room where her face then appeared in a bed, in the bed frame. It was a wooden bed frame, and she was just having a breakdown, screaming oh my god, what's happening, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then she just disappears and then becomes a part of the wooden bed frame. And I'm like,
what kind of Nightmare on Elm Street shit is this?
yeah, I'm like, is there anything that would have explained this? I can't imagine.
You would have you missed the important build up towards the woman in the bed.
I can't imagine there being any discussion and one-time lines of, better be careful for these haunted beds, mate.
Oh shit!
It's come through from the other side.
Oh shit! You're right. All the cum stains on these beds. They've created
They're possessing people.
Ghostly figure from beyond the grave, from the fifth dimension.
It's ectoplasm from ghosts.
Oh my fucking god!
I sort of regret doing that, especially that I really love Twin Peaks as well.
Yeah.
And then I watched all of the third season, and that is a lot more random shit that like there are scenes that go for 8 minutes of just a man sweeping a bar.
Really?
Just one singular shot of a man just sweeping a bar.
Oh my god, David
with
Lynch
music.
is an artist. Oh my god.
Yeah, exactly.
Sweeping. This must mean some deep hidden shit.
Or just in the middle of an episode, there'll just be like a musical number of like a band playing in that bar.
Yeah.
And it'll just be like the band playing for 4 minutes.
This reminds me of like the fucking, remember in Family Guy when they do like the ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Conway 20 bits, and it would go on for 3 fucking minutes.
Oh, I remember that making me so angry as a kid. Loving Family Guy.
I was furious at that shit, man.
Why does Conway 20 always have to come? Even in the Star Wars specials, then they would have they would have a really bad Darth Vader mask like edited onto his head.
I genuinely, because like I hate a lot of like the Family Guy, the unfunny Family Guy bits that go on for way too long. But like the Conway Twitty ones, they just push me over
I hated
the edge.
them.
Oh my god, I still fucking hate them.
And I also remember just hating his music too, because I'm like, country, oh my god, it's so gross and boring. But now I actually wouldn't mind it. I think that his music isn't that bad.
From what I remember, he just sounds like a bootleg Kanye West, Johnny Cash. A
bootleg Kanye West.
Yeah.
Kanye Twitty, Kanye West, exact same.
Well, you know, Kanye moved on.
They do it very similar.
Well, Kanye moved. Well, in Kanye's recent album, he did a lot of like Christian rap and all that. Maybe for his next album, he'll do like country rap and all that shit.
Maybe he's just exploring different avenues.
Yeah, he'll pull like an Old Town Road or some shit.
Oh, maybe
get Billy Ray Cyrus on a song, maybe Lil Nas
Billy
X.
Ray Cyrus and Kanye West have to do a collab.
Oh please, I would love to see.
Oh,
that.
if only. And let's see, where do we go from here? So okay, let's see. So a lot of reoccurring father issues in just these Wes Anderson movies so far. And it is so. I feel like by the end, it seems like Royale with cheese. He really redeems himself.
Yeah.
Now he does seem to redeem himself, Royal, by the end, and seems like that he is there. For all of the family. For his final couple of moments that he's there for. And then it was honestly wart-harming. Oh my god, heartwarming. Wart-harming. My warts are being harmed by this fucking scene, by this character dying.
Not my warts. Please don't hurt my lovely lady warts.
Yeah. It was so heartwarming, but as well as sad when Royal is dying. And
oh my god, dude! Like I actually got really fucking upset when he like died.
And Chaz, who was like the one that hated him the most and resented him the most, was actually there for him.
I know,
and got emotional and could he actually was impacted by the loss of his dad instead of just the death of this person
that he hated and all that.
Yeah,
like like I genuinely got like I didn't cry or anything, but like I genuinely got really upset when he died and all that shit.
Yeah,
especially like seeing just Chaz's reaction, like it was fucking depressing as.
It was a nice little closure thing at the end that did tie up all these conflicts that were brought up in the movie. Same with like how Richie and Margot's story that sort of ended with like. There wasn't a hell of a lot of closure there, was there? They just
they kind of left it a bit open-ended.
Yeah, they just kissed, and I think that with Margot saying, "I think that we just have to be in love with each other in secret from now on." I think that was the closure. That it was like that's what is going to happen from now on. But at least they're going to be in love with each other in private. Yeah. And nobody really has to know, but who cares if anyone else
they have
knows?
each other. That's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly. And Mordecai came back after being released at the start of the movie.
Yeah, mate, you can't get rid of that cunt.
Exactly. Yeah. And then, so from there, it goes into the final scene that is the funeral, and how nice of Chaz and his kids to finally change their clothes to a black jumpsuit.
A proper black Adidas jumpsuit, dressing up like a proper Russian gopnik right there.
Yeah. So
Beautiful.
not willing to sacrifice the style, but at least being respectful enough to wear black to the funeral.
Good man, Chaz, good man.
And again, very, very similar style to the ending of Rushmore. How slow motion, everyone leaving the graveyard, pretty much the entire ensemble there in the one shot as they slowly leave the scene.
Yeah.
And then ending on the little Tenenbaum crest.
Great ending, I will say.
Very nice.
Didn't leave as much of an impact as Rushmore's ending did, but still a great ending nonetheless.
Yeah, I didn't get goosebumps everywhere like in Rushmore, which just fucking goosebumps on my entire body. Everywhere, you name it. And then with the credits, we saw that there was a Brian Tenenbaum that worked on the movie. Yeah, very, very crucial part. He was the second paramedic on set. So if there were any injuries, then he was there.
God bless him, man. God bless him. He Brian Tenenbaum, you said?
Brian Tenenbaum.
He is the one that made this movie possible.
Well, if he wasn't there and some of the actors got injured, then wouldn't be very good.
Exactly. He was the inspiration for the movie. Wes Anderson, he saved Wes Anderson's life, and he was like,
"I'm gonna make this movie about you,
he's
bro."
like, "Yes, you're gonna be my muse for this movie.
You're my muse."
And then,
Brian.
it's actually based off a true story. Everything that happened in this movie was actually Brian Tenenbaum's life story.
Yes. Oh my God. Wes Anderson got in a car crash or something like that, and then in the paramedics, in the ambulance, he's like, please, Brian, just tell me your life story. And he's like, well, it started with my two siblings, my adopted sister and my brother Chev.
What the fuck?
Jiv. And
Jeff?
yeah, and my dad Royale with cheese. And then he's like, dude, you're gonna be my next thing.
Oh, this is perfect. This is gonna be my next. This is gonna be better than Rushmore. Holy shit!
And it definitely let him exercise a lot more of what Wes Anderson is.
Yeah.
So he crafted probably better. So, and it would have also just like so many of these aesthetically pleasing, colorful shots would have been so hard to film and actually make, because again, even what we were discussing in Bottle Rocket, it feels like all these sets would have been made from scratch for the actual.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
For the actual thing, which is impressive. Good on you. Well, you got to spend those $20 million on something.
Yeah, got to spend money to make money.
Did I say how much the movie made?
Tenenbaums? No, I don't think so.
A little bit over $70 million.
Fucking hell.
So he is getting, man, he's fucking big boy boots coming on,
mate. Oh yeah, dude. All right, well, we gotta definitely check the budget for Life Aquatic when we do watch it.
Oh yeah, we definitely will. No matter what. I think that's a good thing. I really like seeing the budget and how it affected these things, especially too. It's a really good indication for directors and comparing their stuff and seeing how they've been given more and what they can do with more.
Yeah.
Because coming from the same source, it's just the resources that they've been given. So yeah, that's pretty cool and it's pretty interesting.
It is pretty cool. Yes, very epic. My goodness.
God. I think though, one thing that my hat goes off to this film is that it probably has some of the best characters, even though that Rushmore, I liked them, but they weren't as identifiable as in this one. Yeah. The characters are just so I can imagine Converse coming out with a Royal Tenenbaums line of shoes that are themed after characters. Very, very cool.
Yeah, they're only 20 years they're only 20 years late. Yeah. But hey, look,
that's fine.
Look, anything's possible, man.
They did Looney Tunes ones only a couple of years ago. Looney Tunes has been around for fucking decades.
They made Harry Potter ones recently, and fucking Harry Potter hasn't been relevant since 2011. Not if you. Oh, actually, there is a Fantastic Beasts movies, but not. Let's be honest. Who the fuck's watching those movies?
Not relevant. Yeah. One thing that's also just so cool about all these characters are these little details that have no purpose being there other than for the aesthetics of everything and everyone. Like Margot just having one wooden finger.
Yeah.
It's just for aesthetics and for a one scene where it shows the origins of it.
Yeah, it doesn't really serve any purpose, but it's just a nice little kind of character quirk aesthetic, as you mentioned. Yeah,
it shows the West puts a lot of emphasis into that, and also it's not like that. he dedicated 5 minutes of the movie to it.
Yeah.
He dedicated it in the background, as well as one tiny little joke scene where she got a cut off when she went to go visit her actual family.
Yeah.
Which also, it serves then as a way to be like, oh, this is one thing that she did. This is one rebellious thing that she did when she was younger, and she went to go find her roots.
And look what that costed her. Costed her a finger, mate.
Cost her finger. See, oh god, not appreciative. And also gives a little cameo to the other unknown Wilson.
Yes.
Where I just see him as Future Man now.
Yeah, same, honestly. Yeah.
Oh, how ironic that Future Man is the one that does not have a future in that industry.
Oh, well, sorry if you're listening to this, Future Man Wilson.
Future Man Wilson.
Please,
at your service.
Please come on the podcast and defend your place. All right, tell us that you're still, convince us that you're still a relevant actor, please.
He's like, if it wasn't for me, then Margot would have had all of her original fingers, and then that aesthetic would not have been there.
Okay, Future Man, come on the podcast and talk to us about it on the podcast. All right, mate?
Yeah, yeah. Prove it, bro. Prove it.
Cool. Prove it, mate. Bet you can't, pussy.
If it's not on record, didn't happen. Didn't happen, bro.
Pixar didn't happen.
Yeah.
Dickhead.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So, is there anything else really that... Well, okay, what's your final thoughts? Final thing that you want to say about the movie?
I'd say Gene Hackman and Luke Wilson give the best performances in the movie. That's all I really have to say. There's not really much I have to say about that because, like, you know, Gene Hackman he's a great actor. He's been in the game for fucking ever. But yeah, like, great.
I thought Gwyneth Paltrow was really, really good.
Yeah, actually, I'm a fucking asshole. I'm an asshole. No, Gwyneth.
King.
Oh yeah, no, Gwyneth Paltrow was also fucking amazing in it as well. Honestly,
she acting wise, yeah, probably her and Nate Ritchie a little, freaking Luke Wilson. But something about the acting.
Excuse me, Nate Ritchie. What?
No. I said.
Ritchie.
Okay, no, Luke Wilson.
Richie Rich.
Yeah, Richie Rich.
I didn't know Macaulay Culkin was in this movie.
Yeah. When fucking Richie Rich comes out.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the fucking that little dude in Rushmore.
Yeah.
Fucking gives me little Richie Rich vibes.
Oh, girl.
Little Richie Rich vibes.
Oh, no.
When Richie Rich comes in and saves the day with all of his money.
Dude, don't compare Macaulay Culkin to that kid, bro. He's already gone through enough in his life, man. He doesn't need this.
No, that kid's awesome. I love him.
Yeah. Which one? Macaulay Culkin or the fucking kid from Rushmore?
Kid from Rushmore. From Rushmore. He should show up in every movie in the background.
Fuck you, Macaulay Culkin. We like the kid from Rushmore. We want him to be Kevin McAllister.
Nah, not fuck you, Macaulay Culkin. You're great.
Nah, we love you, Macaulay Culkin. Please do another Home Alone movie, but be the parent this time. No, be the robber this time.
Oh my god, that's a potential thing.
No, it is.
Holy shit.
I want that to happen. That'd be fucking great.
That totally should. That would be really interesting.
Yeah.
It'll be like, and not just be like another weird straight-to-DVD sequel. No. It'll be like a full-on reboot.
Please.
Big budget reboot. It's going to be awful. Like, not a good movie at all.
But it'll still have the nice novelty of having like, oh, look, it's Macaulay Culkin in here again.
The one where he's back.
You know what?
Hasn't been there since number 2, where he was like a very little child still.
You know what? They should remake. Speaking of Macaulay Culkin, they should remake The Good Son. You ever see that movie?
Is that I'm pretty sure dead at the? I don't know.
It's the one where Oh, you're thinking of My Girl, I think.
Yeah, I'm thinking of My Girl.
No, this is completely different. It's where Elijah Wood. This is like back when he was a kid. Goes to live with Macaulay Culkin, who is evil. And Macaulay Culkin's killing people, bro. He's like.
How old is Macaulay Culkin?
This is like, I think, 1993. So this was a year after Home Alone 2.
Oh, so he's still a child.
Yeah, they're both children in it, and he's like a little evil child.
Oh my
he's
god,
the good son, quote unquote.
I do not. I've never heard of that.
I've been very interested in watching this movie for fucking years. Apparently it's supposed to be awful, but I really want to watch it. I don't know. I find Killer Kid movies very funny, honestly.
That sounds weird. I don't know if I'm ready to see Macaulay Culkin kill people as a child.
Nothing.
As a Home Alone child.
Nothing will prepare you for the horror of Macaulay Culkin committing murder. Actually, I don't even think he kills anyone in the movie, but I haven't seen the movie, so
he's legitimately just like a rascally kid that like pranks people in ding dong ditches.
Well, I think
ding dong ditches.
Well, he's in the Little Rascals. He's in the Little Rascals movie.
Is he?
I'm pretty sure. So
I don't think he is.
Oh, let me take a look. See, actually, fucking hell.
Yeah, I don't think that he is, but
I
could be wrong.
Swear to God, maybe he isn't actually. 1990. No.
Before you end, also have to say Kumar is in this one again. Lovely man.
God bless him.
Yeah, God bless.
No,
Always lovely to see him there.
Yeah, he wasn't in it. I was wrong.
And I don't know if he's in any from this. We'll definitely come back each episode for our Shining Kumar.
We'll give our Kumar updates.
Yeah, exactly. But I can totally see him being on board on the Life Aquatic ship.
Oh yeah.
On the submarine. I can imagine him in that little blue outfit with the little hat. little orange hat. He looks so cute.
Looks so cute, man. Oh, I miss him
I
so
can't
much.
Wait. Well, we'll see him next time, most likely.
Yes.
And if you don't have any final thoughts, we will see you next week as well.
We shall. Goodbye, everybody. Have a lovely night.
And thank you so much for listening to our podcast once again. Goodbye. Don't forget to follow us on all of our social media pages, as well as get into contact with us on our email. So feel free to send us feedback, tell us things you liked, what you didn't like, and just give us some love on all those platforms. All the links should be in the description of our podcast. Have a lovely day, everyone.